friends, welcome. Welcome back to my page. I'm Crafty Sarah, DIY with Crafty Sarah. And this is my segment of Craft Round the Clock for today. Oop, showing me yesterday's. How are you guys today? I hope everybody had a great day. Wednesday. We're halfway through. Oh, no, Tracy got me in, so I'm good to go. All right, guys, we're going to use, this is a piece of wood. This was the infamous Menards. I don't know, I'm from Nebraska, and we have lumber stores, Menards, and they had rounds and 10 by 10 squares, quarter inch or 3/4 of an inch for 97 cents. So I snagged a bunch. So we're gonna use this surface today. We'll get the little sticker off of there. I'm on a little earlier than I normally am, and I should have, you guys, I have a Telegram, but I forget to do it. So if you want to join my Telegram, it's on my page, and I promise I'll get better and start putting it on there. But I do have a Telegram. So this, I'm just going to paint this board white. And I'm going to use chalk paint. So this is just Waverly chalk paint. So I'm just going to put a couple coats of white chalk paint on here. We're just going to kind of do a little whimsical Tweety Bird today. Chalk Couture came out with a bunch of, we have collaborated with some different companies, and one is Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers brought us Tweety Bird. And we also just, so we have Warner Brothers, we have Seinfeld is on there, Friends, and this week we collaborated with Disney, so we have Disney now. We're kind of a big deal. We are kind of a big deal. Man, my neighbor mows a lot. Every time I turn around, I hear him starting his lawnmower. I wish he'd come over and mow my yard. That'd be the day. That would be the day. Maybe he's just working on it. So I'm not seeing any comments. If anybody's doing comments, they're not showing. I haven't really had any problem with that, but I suppose tonight I'll have a problem. So I will go back after the live, and I reply to everybody. So no matter how many there are, I reply to everybody. At this point in the game, that's what I do. It's getting harder, but I'm doing it. So what did anybody do today? I worked in my yard pretty much all day. Let's see, I need to, just going to squirt some of this in here. You know, just getting it ready for, oh, there we go. Hi, Lita. Getting the leaves and, you know, the crud out of my flower beds. And you guys, I have irises that were so thick And every year I say I'm going to thin them and do something with them, and I never do. And I know it's the wrong time of the year to do it, but I dug them up. Dug a lot of them up. So if there's anybody local that wants some irises, I got them. Mine are the dark purple ones, and they smell just like, they smell grapey when they're in bloom. I do have a group of them that is just starting to show some buds on them, so I did not dig those up. I'm like, it's like a plant that still has life, you know, you feel guilty if you, so I did not dig that one up. And I didn't dig them all up, but I did get rid of some of them. And I have a box full. I'm thinking I'm going to replant them, like along my garage or like the back side of my garage. I have to do it where my sprinklers will hit it, because might as well just get that paint out of there and try to get these edges a little bit. We'll get that dried. So yeah, I'm tired for today. Like, I told my husband when I was starting, because we live in an old house with an old yard, old trees, so every time the wind blows, sticks, sticks, sticks. And you know, and here's another thing, you guys, this winter, when I would take my dog out to go potty, I was walking in our yard and I felt like I was walking on lumps all over the yard. I said to my husband one day, do you feel like you're stepping like the yard is like lumpy? And he goes, I do. He goes, I think the squirrels have buried walnuts. Oh my gosh, you guys. My yard looks like a little war zone. Little spots all dug up. All dug up. So that's exactly what it was. Those little stinkers were burying their walnuts. I said to my husband today, I go, I don't even know, how do they know where they buried them at? Because I bet I have over 100 spots in my yard where it's been dug up. And when I was digging those irises up, I pulled out a full walnut. So one of them had buried a walnut in where the irises were, a whole walnut. And I just threw it in the yard. I'm like, you can have it, you rotten little things. I know people love squirrels, but you know what? I don't love them. I don't love them. I'm with my friend Jackie. She hates them. I pretty much hate them. So I'm going to sand this, because when you paint it, although that doesn't feel quite dry. Doesn't feel quite dry. She always says they're like city rats. That's kind of my thought too. They're like big rats. They are so destructive. They chew the top of my trees, and all the tree stuff is laying on the sidewalk. I'm picking up those sticks, and they're all, the thing of it is, it's all the new growth at the top of the trees. And there's like 5 nests in the trees out in front of our house. And I don't think we've ever had them that bad. And we don't have walnuts. The walnut trees are down the block. I wish they'd get rid of those walnut trees, because I feel like they're feeding them. But that's just me. You know, I see people give them, like, you know, put corn out and that kind of stuff. Holy mackerel. Not me. Okay, I think I got that pretty good. So again, you guys, this is just a Menards 10-inch round, probably 3/4 inch thick. Board. Great little surfaces. They have round and they have square. And the squares, I'm looking at them. I think they're 10 by 10, actually. So what I want to do is, first, I want to chalk on here my little Tweety Bird. And look, you guys, the back has the Looney Tunes logo on it. Hi, Chris. So they're really nice. They're collectibles. They're collectibles. And I haven't really done anything with the Looney Tunes. And I remember when I was a kid, Tweety was my favorite. He was my favorite. And somebody said the other day that they thought Tweety was a girl, but Tweety's a boy. Tweety is a boy. But Tweety sure has nice eyelashes for a boy. So I'm just going to fuzz this because I just painted that. And I could wax that. But I think if I just fuzz this enough, I'll be okay. And fuzzing is just putting it down on a fuzzing towel, and you're just picking up a little bit of lint. Hi, Tracy. We're just going to do Tweety on a Menards board tonight. I'm pooped today, you guys. I am pooped. I worked in my yard all day. So, and of course, I always feel something under there. But I just want to do Tweety, I think, for now. So I'm going to do him in let's do grayish. Let me see how it looks. Oh, yeah, I bought it. I got a stack of both. Man, they were the deal, weren't they? Holy cow. I actually went and bought like 10 or 12. And then I went back again and bought more. I would say that they're probably out too, Tracy. I don't know that, but it seems like when something like that hits, hi Cynthia, when something like that hits, then everybody goes freaking crazy. And I always forget to use them, but they're great. They're great surfaces. Like, I got an easel I'm going to put this on, and I think it's going to look cute as can be. And I get it, you know, people don't probably decorate with Tweety, but whatever. Whatever. So I'm just going to do Tweety. I'm just going to go around Tweety. And I'm just going to use this grayish because I'm going to have to paint him in. And I just don't know. Hi, Jennifer. I'll be looking for it if you're talking to me, Tracy. So I'm just going to do Tweety so I can get him colored in. And then we'll go back and do his details. And then we'll do the Tweety on the outside. I see that my Disney shipped. You know, here's the deal for me. I ordered my Paste of the Month at the same time and my Club Transfer at the same time. So that slowed my order down. You know, it takes all of 5 seconds to walk over and grab 2 jars of paste and my club kit and throw it in. But mine didn't go out the first day like everybody else's does because I had extra. Because I'm extra. And I ordered wood today. I don't think I ordered any wood because my laser was down for a while and I had just ordered. And I thought, well, I'm not going to order because what if we don't get it going and I have piles of wood sitting here and I can't do a dang thing with them. So I didn't order it. But I did today. Okay, let me get that real quick. Hi, Tracy. So I'm going to peel this up, and it's kind of vague, but that's okay. Because I don't even care. Because I just have to have him there to know where to paint. And we're gonna wash this real quick here. Because I'm gonna have to use it again. So I'm gonna actually I'm gonna spray some water on it. And we'll wipe it off. Tracy, are you still a designer? Are you gonna go to the Camp Chalk in Kentucky? Tracy House. Two Tracys here. We have a Menards in Hastings. Yeah. Yep. Which is the town that's 20 miles to the north of me. It's the biggest town closest to me. Yep. And then there's even one 40 miles north. Yep. Menards are big around here. We have Menards. Are you going to go to Camp Chalk, or did you sign up for it? I did. I was talking with my friend Darlene, and we're both talking about how we shouldn't have signed up for it because really don't have time and really don't have the money, but we did because, I told her, we'd have FOMO if we didn't go. And she's like, that's exactly right. Oh, yeah. They don't, I suppose you guys probably have Lowe's and all of those. So did you order it online? Did you have to pay out the wazoo for shipping? That stuff's heavy. No, I just drove in my car and loaded it up. I got lucky. All right. I'm just going to set this down here. And I'm going to bring this back, and we're going to paint this beautiful little fella. Oh, Tracy, it's already filled. It's in Kentucky, in Louisville, Kentucky, June 18th and 19th. And they only opened it up for 100 people, and it filled, like, immediately. Whoop. Looks like someone pooped on the floor, but it's chalk paste. That looks like a blop. Well, that's the pits, Tracy. If I'd have known that, I would have went and got some for you. Gonna wipe up that blob. Otherwise, I'll be stepping in it. Okay. So I'm gonna get kind of a, let's see, kind of a bigger brush and kind of a smaller brush. And I'm going to use, it's 18th and 19th, Louisville, Kentucky, and it's Camp Chalk. So it is not Chalk Con. It's just a day and a half of chalking, creating, visiting, that type of thing. I don't know why they did that, but that's the route they went this time. the only time I get to see my Chalkin friends, you know, like Darlene and all my friends. Rhiannon is one of my friends. And I'm flying in on Thursday, and they're doing something Thursday night, and then Friday, all day Friday, and then I fly home Saturday morning because it's on Father's Day weekend, and that's the dumbest weekend. I think they did that another time, and I was like, what the heck? We have, on Father's Day weekend, we always have my husband's best friend passed away 25 years ago, probably 26 years ago now. And they have a tournament every year, a memorial tournament for him. And then they've added a couple guys to that. A couple other guys that passed away that were important to this family. So it's a memorial for a few people. But so his kids, one of his sons always comes and stays at our house with his wife and their son. And then we always have a party here on Saturday after the tournament. We have a party over here, just in our deck. We just cook hamburgers, and basically it's a free for all. Yeah, Darlene's in California. She's in San Diego. And so I need to get back for that because I'm the one that does all of it. My husband is not. And I feel kind of bad because I think my son and daughter-in-law had planned on me babysitting my grandsons. But, you know, stuff happens. So hopefully they can get that figured out, because get down here and get Tweety's behind. I got more tulips in. Remember when I did that wreath on Craft Around the Clock? It was maybe it was an event that I did it. I don't know, now that I say that. I did a tulip wreath and it turned out really cute. Well, Tracy, if you're ordering woodcuts, I need to be your girl. Oh. I had a friend that got a Tweety Bird tattoo. I can't remember if she got Tweety Bird or it was two girls. One of them I didn't really care for. And they must have been going through a midlife crisis because they went and got tattoos. These two girls did. And one of them got Bugs Bunny and one of them got Tweety Bird. They're grown women. They were moms when they did that. And I thought to myself, oh my God, you're going to go to the nursing home and they're going to, hi Lori, they're going to pull your pants down and they're going to see you have a Tweety Bird. I think it was on their ankles actually, but still. Oh Lord. No, thank you. I have a tattoo, but not Tweety Bird. And actually, I'd like another tattoo, but my husband freaks out every time I say that. He kind of creeps out on me a little bit. Okay, so His feet are orange, his beak is orange. Let's try this yellow so I don't screw it up. So anyway, you guys, remember that wreath I did with these tulips? I needed more tulips. Well, I got more today. I ordered from Michael's. I got more. And then I'm going to make another one out of tulips this color. Aren't these gorgeous? These peach and yellow, and they're kind of tipped. Cool. So I'm going to make another one. But I'm not going to put a sign in it. That one I put a sign in it. Hi, Mary. Yeah, John does too, but I don't care. I want to get one for Scott, is what I want to do. And the only reason I haven't is because I haven't really, well, for one thing, I haven't really found something that I like. I felt like one time maybe I would do like the Celtic sign for brother and sister. But then I said something to my daughter about it. And she made the comment, she made some comment about it being on my saggy skin. So, hi Holly. I probably would do it right here, or, you know, like, I think right in here is probably where I'd do it. But, you know, our skin is, you know, I'm old. My skin is crepey and crappy. So there's that. So I just never have. And then the one I have, I got when I was about 40, and it's a rose on the side of my leg, and I would like to have that like fixed up, and I would like to have that one fixed and then made bigger, prettier, and have a butterfly put on it, and that'd be for my sister. But, you know. Oh, she got them all removed? Oh, man. Doesn't that hurt? I think that hurts worse than getting them, doesn't it? Maybe I'm wrong. But... So I'm going to use orange peel for this. For feet and beak. Feet and beak. Okay. Let's go. Oh God, I think it would hurt like crazy because I think they use lasers. I think that would be painful. But wonder why'd she get them removed? You know what? I don't mind tattoos. I don't love when I see like a girl having her whole arm covered with them, but whatever. You know, if that's your jam, that's your jam. I think that the connotation of tattoos has changed over the years. You know, it used to be everybody was like prison inmates that had those nasty green tattoos. But now they are works of art. Well, Sherry Rosenberg was in our class. Her son is a tattoo artist, and oh my God, you guys, I'm telling you right now, that kid is an artist. That kid is an artist. His stuff is amazing. So, I think I'm going to outline this in black. I heard someone once, I think it was Laura, that said she thought it was too dark, but I think I want that. I think that's what I want. Yeah, I don't care for that either, Jennifer. Like, I'll tell you, you guys ever watch that, the lottery guy, David? the guy that he goes and finds houses for lottery winners or people that come into a lot of money. I always thought it would be awesome if my John ever wins the lottery, I'd call that guy up and have him find me a house. He's awesome. But that kid, I've watched him go from when he started that show, and he is now absolutely covered in tattoos. Like covered. Neck and face and hand, all the way down to the tops of his fingers. And hi, Diane. So yeah, I don't like that either. That's not my jam. And I like tattoos that have a meaning. You know, that people get for a reason. Okay, there's my bird. Bird, bird. I don't even know if anybody would care about Tweety Bird, but I like him. I like him. Or I could do ash. I just almost feel like I think I want black. I just think I want black. Putting all my colors back away on my turning wheel of colors. Let's get that dried. Every time I say I want to get a different tattoo, my husband like, what do you want to do that for? I seriously would get my nose pierced too. I would like to have my nose pierced and just have a little diamond on there, like very little diamond. But nope, he freaks out whenever I say that too. And I'm probably too old for that. I pulled back my hair one day, and my granddaughters had no idea that I had 5 piercings in one of my ears. Grandma, how many holes are in your ear? Oh, well, in that one there's 5. In this one there's 3. Okay, now we're probably going to have to wax this. I want to make sure it's not hot. Let me grab my wax back here. I always have everything so far away. That's still hot. Oh man, I cut out some cool stuff today, you guys. But I sat in here and I'm like, I really want to paint, but I really don't want to paint. I want to go in and sit down. And then I'd go in and sit for a little bit, and I'd go back outside and do more. I found 2 snakes. Yucky things. So I really just, it's really just, well, I'll just do it all, but it's really just Tweety that. I just really want to buff the bejeebas out of it because I don't want... There's like a fine line between having wax and having too much wax. If you have too much wax and your stuff doesn't stick, your chalk won't stick. Okay, still kind of warm. Then I need to figure out what color I want to do the words. You know I love that taffy, but I would love purple too. So I'm just going to line this back up on Tweety Bird. And well, I'm going to leave it. I probably should have fuzzed it. So this is going to have to be a paste and peel. Ooh, this must be a new one. Let me see it. This is amethyst. My birthstone, amethyst. One little snake. I tried to kill him today, but I don't think I got it done. So I'm trying to think. We only got 10 minutes. So we could start. Tweety Bird. Maybe I'll just go ahead and do Tweety first, you guys. At least we can see him. We're probably not going to get to see all the lettering, but I'll post a picture eventually. So I'm going to go up, try to get as close, and then I'll have to go in with something smaller for that. You know, it maybe even would be easier to clean the black off so that you don't drag, because I don't want to drag black into my color of my word. I'm going to peel that off just quickly. I maybe should have went not so dark. I feel like that's drying fast. I don't have anything on, but as far as fans go and that kind of business. My husband took me out to eat Saturday night, and that was wonderful. Went to the casino, went to the high dollar restaurant at the top of the casino. Oh, that's cute. Yeah. Yeah, and I am going to clean that off because I don't want that black to get into my. Yeah, we go to the it's called Ruthie's. I don't know if that's a chain or what, but I wanted to go, and he was fine with it. And so, and I wanted crab legs. I wanted snow king crab legs. So we get there, and it's fancy. You know, it's really fancy, but it's nice. And so we go, and it's at the casino, and there's the horse races are going on now. So they sat us over by the window where we could look right out at the horse races. It was kind of cool. We don't do horse races, but we kind of get it, you know, we kind of know what's going on. So, we were watching that, and you'd see the horses get brought out, and then with the other person that's riding the horse that drags them along, and then all of a sudden they were off, and that was cool. But we got our bill for that because it just said market price. You guys, I had crab legs. My husband had one beer. I had a wedge of a salad. It was just a, you know, like a iceberg wedge. He had some French fries, and he got a steak. His steak was $50. His French fries were $7. His drink was, you know, I don't know what the drink was, because you guys, when we got the bill, it didn't have any prices. It just had the total price. So it was like, so we were trying to figure it out. And our bill came to almost $300. So I said to him, I go, wow, it's a good thing we didn't ask how much that crab was going to be, or I would have had a heart attack and I wouldn't have got it. He goes, it's okay, it's okay. He goes, I just never thought it would be that much. I go, I know, I would not have thought that either, but. So his steak was $50, his French fries were $7, and his, you know, his beer was probably $10, you know, who knows. And I'm thinking, he didn't have anything else. He just had a filet and French fries, and I had a salad and crab legs, and he had a beer. It was $300. Oh my gosh. He goes, well, we won't be doing this every week. And I go, no, but it would be nice to maybe come once a year. And he goes, well, we can do that. But I'm like, holy mackerel. Crab legs were good. I'm not going to lie. They were good. But my I'm going to wax that too. If I had a complaint, it was, they brought the crab legs out, and they brought butter, little containers of butter, but the butter wasn't hot, and it didn't stay hot. I'm used to going to my brother's restaurant when he was alive, and he would bring these little, and I have them in my house, I have them, little silver dishes, and they have a candle underneath them, and it keeps your butter hot, like piping hot, and yeah, that would have been I mean, if I'm spending a couple $100 on crab legs, I want them to be hot. But otherwise, they were wonderful. All right, guys, so I'm going to do this in this purple, in this amethyst. And I'm probably not going to get done because it's already almost 8:15. And I may just stay on and finish. I mean, I think that, I don't know how it works, I guess. I was going to say, I guess Tracy probably just goes on to the next person, but I can get off. I don't know if me staying later screws them up, or if it's just me on my page and they stop me. No, Diane, I got 1 pound of crab legs, and you know what that was? That was 3 legs. 3 legs. Now, it was enough. Not going to say it wasn't. It was enough. But, Lawsy. Must have been like $50 a leg. And then we went down and gambled, and I lost $90 and left. Like, let's get out of here. I'm done. Sometimes you go and you win, and you know what? They were really, really busy. And I think that when they're busy like that, and they're making buco dough, they tighten those machines down, and they don't pay. But I might just be talking out my butt too. I don't know. Oof, I might have to go back over that. That already dried right there. Man, that dried fast. Whew. Hi, Patty. I'm going to try and skip these little antennas, and I'll just paint those on. And then, you guys, so we're sitting there, and all these prom kids come in. And I'm thinking, oh my God, do they even have a clue what they're doing here? And what this is going to cost them? Or do they have mom's credit card, mom and dad's credit card? Because, oh my Lord, you couldn't even get a steak for under $50. And I don't know, you know, I mean, most of those places you don't share. But maybe, I don't know. All right, guys, I've gone past. So I'm going to go. Going to finish this up, and I will take a picture of it, and it will be on Craft Around the Clock, and I will put it on my page too. Thanks so much for coming in, guys. I appreciate you all. If you can sprinkle me, I'd appreciate it. Thanks. Bye.